What's up guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 127 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building a modern Taco Bell. Let's build a modern Taco Bell.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own modern Taco Bell. If you do enjoy this tutorial, please remember to hit that like button as it helps me in the channel out very, very much. But without any further ado, let's get started. This is the amount of space required to make your Taco Bell, a 23 by 26 block area as represented by the white concrete grid on the ground, which I would always recommend making if you are planning out your world. It can only help. Here are all of the materials. We will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of our stuff, we can get started. Step one, if you have made the grid, come all the way over to the front left hand corner of it and then count to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, and then inwards 1, 2, 3, 4. Begin by placing a row of 9 light grey concrete extending up from this point.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then extend right by 4. 1,
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Back by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then extend across and join forwards. And I would recommend joining every single one of the corners of the shape that we have just made down to the ground, just to make like a big box, kind of like this. We'll be filling that in a little bit later, but for now, take the bottom front right hand corner of the shape, extend it back by 2, 1, 2, using light grey concrete, and then grab your grey concrete and extend this block to the right by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We then want to take this 8th block and we want to extend backwards by 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We then want to place a black glass, black concrete, leave a gap, black concrete, black glass. We then want to place a grey concrete on the end and extend it across by 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we want to start extending forwards, so we are going to extend all the way to where we would connect.
Hi.
Light and grey concrete shape that we have here. So it may even be easier if at this point we choose to fill in. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I might go from left to right. If we choose to fill in all of the sides of the shape, just because we have a lot of stuff that connects to this. You could call it the cornerstone to our Taco Bell. So if we get all of this filled in, then we can add some of the other details. So the next thing that we're going to be doing after this, and by the way, you might as well fill in case you were curious, like the top of this doesn't lead down into the restaurant as you might think it's just kind of like a shape all just by itself, so adding a skylight or something to it would be a little bit redundant. So we just want to have something which should look like that very modern looking building. So the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to add a window to the front of Taco Bell. It's quite easy. On the left and right sides, all you got to do is add a row of 2 birch planks like this, and your window is slap bang in the middle, to which we can then extend the birch planks upwards by 3 rows. So that's 1, 2, 3, and we can join across at the top like this. Perfect. We're going to add a row of polished black stone stairs to the top of the inside of the window, with 2 rows of glass pane below the stairs, and boom, easy peasy, you got yourself a nice looking window. We want to add more windows. There's several of them, even different kinds, wide, small, drive-through, all kinds of windows. So if we extend this birch plank backwards here by 1, place 2 glass, 2 birch, 2 glass, and then ultimately we'd be placing 2 birch, but this is the entrance. I've got door windows as well, another one. So we're now going to extend the glass upwards here, the door windows by 1, 2, and 1, 2. Same thing for the black concrete as well, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to join the black concrete together at the top just like this. And what we essentially want to do is we want to raise up the birch planks similar to what we did on the front. We can even extend them across, I do believe, all the way to the back, really, all the way to the back here, above the entrance. The entrance is a little bit special in that it gets polished black stone slabs across the top of it, kind of like this. Now, for the other windows here, we missed a little bit of birch. For the other windows, we simply want to, same with the front, place the black stone stairs, specifically the polished black. Stairs, because they look cleanest, I don't know if it's the right word, but kind of like the smoothest of the stairs. We might even raise up, by the way, we might raise up this row of slabs, because then it is kind of like parallel to the bottom of the stairs there, and I think it just looks a little bit better. In addition to this, there's another window in the back, on the back, in and on the back, I guess. It's basically just 2 rows of birch planks here across the back, and then 2 rows of your black glass pane, and then polished black stone stairs above this, preferably facing the right way, like that, but not right way, wrong position. And we just want to have the rest of the Taco Bell. For now, we're going to improve it a little bit later. For now, we just want to have birch planks that can make the rest of it, just like this. Now we have a final side, which is the drive-through window. It's quite easy to do. We start on the left here and we place a row of 3, 1, 2, 3 birch planks. We then want to leave a gap, place a single black glass pane, place 2 rows of birch planks, 2 glass, and then finally birch planks. So the glass portions each want to have an additional glass put on top of them, so the left and right sides here. We want to, on the right side here, place polished black stone stairs, because this is just a regular window. On the left is going to be a drive-through window, so we're actually not going to tamper with that just now, because we don't have all of the necessary materials, but it basically wants to be, if we raise up all of these birch planks, I mean, we could actually, I don't know whether this is going to look weird or not. It might even be better to change it back, but we'll just use these stairs for now, just like this, and we'll just leave it at that, but we will be coming back to this. We then want to place purple concrete on top of all of the birch planks. So all the birch planks for the building, just all the way around like this. And, well, I mean, there's nothing much more to it. That's looking pretty cool already. I'm actually quite happy with that. So, we should really make the Taco Bell sign, or at least, you know, a good portion of it. So, we want to take, if we start on the front, above the window line here, we want to have a row of purple concrete. The purple concrete wants to extend 1 row out of the side of the build. We then want to place purple concrete extending backwards like this, and it wants to line up with the second window. We then want to have 4 rows in total of this, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we want to raise it all up just like this. And we want to have this. And I'm going to raise up the blocks just behind it. I'm not going to fill anything else in other than this. I just kind of want to extend the blocks behind. I don't know why, I think it looks a little bit better, but the end result should look like that, so I'm pretty happy with it. We then, the remaining space on top of the remaining purple concrete that we have, we're going to place a row of virtual planks on top, so just on top of the row of purple concrete that we made earlier. And ultimately then, we will finalise this by placing polished blackstone slabs on top. And pretty much we'll just fill the top of the remaining part of the building in, so it doesn't really matter what you fill it in with precisely. I mean, light grey concrete might even be a decent enough choice. You could just skim the blackstone slabs across the top if you wanted to as well. You could use, quite honestly, you can use any of the concretes or materials that we have. There's no bad choice. Maybe even dark grey would have been a better choice, because then it would have contrasted against that area. But there's no way that I'm doing that, so there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to the roof. I think you just can fill it in with whatever you would like. So now that we have done that, I feel as though that we should probably add infrastructure to the Taco Bell. You'll have to imagine the air quotes that I just used. So basically, let's stop being so protective over these materials. Let's grab some different ones. So we will need some smooth stone. We will need the grey concrete. We will need terracotta, oak leaves, dark oak trapdoors. We need spruce planks. We'll need dark oak door, and we will need more materials as we progress, but for now let's just sort this out. So leaves. I want to add leaves to the front of Taco Bell, basically just from this premise to the left, going almost all the way to the right, leaving a gap of 1. Then I want to place dark oak trapdoors in front of them, flicked upwards, just to create kind of like a set of planters. I want to have a pathway that leads from the side of Taco Bell all the way from the back, all the way to the front. So, if you can imagine, well, you don't need to imagine, we can take the back right corner, extend across by 2, extend forwards, and then we want to extend this area to the left and join it to the light grey concrete area. And this is all going to be kind of sort of ish footpath. So I went a little bit too far there. I actually want to leave some of the grass around the planters alone, just to kind of create a little bit of a contrast there. So the remaining area here, like I said, it just wants to be path, and I'm just using some stone for this because it is my favourite sort of like pavement material. So here, on the right as well, all the way up here. Perfect. There we go. Nice. So the next thing would be that we have to add a road, a drive-through for the entire of Taco Bell. So this is essentially 3 rows of grey concrete that it's directly to the right of this path. It kind of takes the path of least resistance almost around Taco Bell. So directly to the right from the boundary, just off the path here, all the way to the back. We want to have a... This may have been easier to do first, but this might help you out a little. If you simply place a single row of terracotta all the way around the boundary line on the left, right, and the back sides of Taco Bell, then that kind of shows you where you're going to be putting road afterwards for the most part. might have been a bit easier perhaps. So you can now see here just on the left, I think we might even add a planter to the side as well, but we'll add the road in first and then decide afterwards, because it just cover it up anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Yeah, we'll probably add a set of planters, one just to the left of the window and one to the right, but we want to add the road in first. Then there's like an outdoor seating area to add to our taco bar. I want to add a pathway that just kind of like sits in front of Taco Bell as well, and I want to connect the drive-through to the road. This isn't a functional city that I have, but you know, it's still there is one long road though. I mean, I guess this would probably be the most impressive high street ever. Like, there's like over 100 city builds all on one road in my city, in my like city tutorial world. Like, it just keeps going and going and going. Like, it would take forever to walk up and down this thing. So we placed all of that here, and then as I mentioned, I'm just going to connect the roads to this actual very long road, and I would expect you guys to do the equivalent in your cities or worlds, depending upon how you've got things laid out. I mean, this might not even need a drive-through in your world. Perhaps you've even skipped ahead. Maybe you're not even listening to me say this whatsoever, but you just want to connect your Taco Bell to your city or world in whichever sort of way you want. Like, this would easily, and I say this for pretty much every single build, this is very moldable. You can just put it doesn't need the drive-through, it doesn't even need the seating area outside. You can just place the city, the actual restaurant portion anywhere in your city if you want to. You don't even know it's really a standalone, but just in case you don't want to drive-through, that's where we've made it. So we now want to grab oak leaves. Oak leaves, basically, we're going to place them parallel to where the oak... here on the right hand side are, and we're just going to leave a gap of, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here on this row we want to place oak leaves, and we want to extend the oak leaves all the way over to the left, and we want to stop 1 row short of where the path ends. And then we're just going to place trapdoors all the way around the edge of this, and we'll flick them up. Side note, does anybody else think that these trapdoors look like chocolate? Because I certainly do, and it's making me a little bit hungry. It's making me consider that maybe my next build has to be a chocolate factory. So now that we've done this, that's perfect. We're going to come to the left side here, and like I said, I think that I'm just going to add some hedging. So here maybe that's perfect. We're going to come to the left side here, and like I said, I think that I'm just going to add some hedging. So here maybe well, I even want to leave a gap, so yeah, maybe I'll do it like this. So hedging, and then I'll add, you don't even necessarily need them to be made into planters, because I don't know, it kind of like contrasts nicely against the dark grey already. So I don't know, but I mean, it does look good like that anyway. Whilst we are at this particular part in the build, and you know, now is as good a time as any, I'm going to grab the polished blackstone wall and the polished blackstone slabs, and I want to place polished blackstone slabs in front of the two stairs, the polished blackstone wall and the polished blackstone slabs, and I want to place polished blackstone slabs in the build, and you know, now is as good a time as any. I'm going to grab the polished blackstone wall and the polished blackstone slabs, and I want to place polished blackstone slabs in front of the two stairs that we have here for the drive-through window. Extend left and right by one, extend forwards by one, and then take the back two corners and place two black stone walls extending upwards, kind of like this. It's just a fancy feature basically for the drive-through window. We could even highlight the drive-through window even more by accentuating using black concrete, or by using purple, but black concrete would actually stand out quite nicely. Now that we've done that, I'm taking a quick look around the build. There are some obvious things that we have to make, such as the signs, but for now, what I want to do is I want to floor the inside of our Taco Bell, because we're actually going to be able to make most of Taco Bell with the resources that we have with us now, which is very rare actually. Like usually we have to grab whole inventory, several inventories full of materials to be able to complete these builds. But this one, for the most part, we will need to get more stuff. For the most part, we have a good chunk of the stuff. So we're going to refloor the inside. Basically, just rip up all of the grass and replace it with your material of choice. Mine is going to be spruce planks. It might even be a good idea to separate the inside a little bit, because it actually has two different floors. So let's just grab purple concrete as well before we start. Purple concrete and also chiseled quartz block. Where we have the drive-through window here, we want to we basically want to leave. We don't want to leave a gap of what? Yeah, we want to place from this grey concrete block, just like next to this window here, the small window, my apologies. We want to. What happened to the purple concrete, by the way? Okay, going crazy over here. So from this block, we want to place two purple, 1, 2. We then want to leave a gap of 1 and then have another purple. So I'm just going to try and place the purple. And then we're going to extend the purple across, just like this. And then inside of this area, I want it to be chiseled quartz block. And then everywhere else, I want it to be spruce planks. So just like this. I'm even going to flare the inside of basically the purple concrete here. I'm going to flare it inwards by 2 blocks like this, because that's what we're going to have to do later. And now I'm just going to proceed onto the floor instead of getting confused with the window position. The reason being, I know why I got confused, by the way, like I couldn't figure out exactly. I thought I'd made a mistake to start with, because there's supposed to be 2 birch planks next to each other in between the window, but we made one of the birch planks blank rose black concrete instead. So for a second I was like, oh no, what have I done? But that's okay. So we're just going to leave that as it is now, and we're going to stick a door on, which is going to be dark oak wood like this. And I'm pretty happy with how things are progressing. There's not much left to do outside. There's important things to do, but there's not much left to do. So let's take care of the easier things, and we'll finish with how things are progressing. There's not much left to do outside. There's important things to do, but there's not much left to do. So let's take care of the easier things, and we'll finish up with the sign. So we need light grey concrete, purple, magenta, yellow. We also need a seating area as well, of course. So smooth quartz stairs, end rods, purple concrete, purple carpet. And we will start off with this. Seating area is going to be basically in between the 2 planters, taking this middle row of smooth stone. We'll place a stair, end rod, stair, gap of 1, stair, end rod, stair, and then we'll actually just leave it like that. I think that we could actually fit, well, yeah, we could evenly fit another set of stairs, but for some reason I only added 2, and I trust my judgment. So now that we've done that, we're going to take the light grey concrete area here, the cornerstone of the build, some might call it, I certainly do. We then want to take the middle block, move down 1, place a purple concrete, magenta underneath, purple on the left and right, magenta underneath the whole thing. Then we want to place a yellow concrete underneath the middle, magenta on the left and right, with purple concrete left and right of that. So we want to have something which should look a little something like this. So we actually want to have the exact same logo here, but we want to stick it on a pole over here on the left side. So we're going to we'll take out this end terracotta wall, we'll place light grey concrete here instead, and we want to raise up light grey concrete until it is 1 row shy of the top of the logo here. And the reason that that is significant is because then, to the right of this block, we can place a yellow concrete, magenta left and right, purple left and right of that, extend the magenta and the yellow concretes upwards, each by 1 using magenta. Take the middle block here, place a magenta, purple concrete on the left and right, and 1 on top. And boom, there you go. This is really shaping up. Now, hopefully, you'd be able to identify this build, maybe, you'd be able to identify this build with or without the sign that we're about to write. But I do feel as though that signs do enhance a build 99 times of 99. So I'm going to grab a loom, purple banners, white dye. I haven't grabbed purple dye because I'm almost certain we don't need it. Just watch what happens now. And then we're going to need a loom. We're going to throw that down. Let's throw a purple banner in there, and let's throw the white dye. So first letter we've got to make is a T, so vertical row of white straight through the middle, horizontal row across the top, that's T. Next we have to make A, so horizontal row across the top will do for me. Let's put 1 through the middle as well. So next would of course be a C, so that is a vertical row of right on the left, that's perfect. 1 across the top, 1 across the bottom. C. Next would be O. I don't know why I'm struggling to think of what letter would be next, but a horizontal row across the bottom, across the top, vertical row on the right, vertical row on the left, boom, we have taco. Next would be bell. So B starts off with a vertical row of white on the right, on the left, sorry, and then the right, and then horizontal through the top, bottom, through the middle, boom, you got it. Next is E, so vertical row straight through the middle will do, bottom, top, vertical row on the left side, and then finally we've just got to make L, which is vertical row on the left, just like this, horizontal across the bottom, boom, we have bell. Now, you will have to remake the entire set of banners again if you're not in Creative Plus. You will need 4 in total L banners. So basically, here, middle of the purple sign, T-A-C-O space B-E-L-L. Boom, Taco Bell. Now, you can place this on just the front, which I think I prefer it this way now that I'm comparing. Or you can also place it on the side as well, as somebody designed this perfectly proportioned so that you can have it on both sides. I think I prefer it just on the front, but we'll leave it as is. I think I prefer it just on the front. I'm also realising that we are missing one crucial little detail, although I didn't pick up the materials for it, so it's actually okay. I suppose that I meant to do this, meant to do one little detail here at the end. So we're going to now, by the way, we can get rid of all this stuff. We're going to now head inside Taco Bell, and we are going to start work on the inside. So let me get my plans up. We'll make a bit of the cooking area first, so this is going to require some purple concrete, we'll need these stairs, we'll need end rods, we'll need purple carpet, we need so much stuff. We need a bit of the blackstone slabs as well, and we're going to start off, we'll just use these to start off with. We want to mirror the shape that we have down here, the counter space. We want to mirror this up here, just up at the top, and we want to have 2 rows of purple, just like this. That's perfectly good. That's good. That's good. So now that we have our 2 rows of purple, and I'm considering adding in a false ceiling to this because it seems a little high, which is what I was just thinking about when I was just placing this. So I'm thinking about, if you extend the purple down another row, I was thinking about grabbing the light grey concrete, or I mean the grey concrete would be good as that. Nah, we use that grey. And I was thinking about adding in a double ceiling, and then not only does that give us options for lighting a little bit later on, but it's also, it just kind of shrinks, like it makes it cozier. Like, whenever you've got like mega high ceilings, it's cool because you can add more details and higher details, and you don't have to worry about hitting stuff. But there is a limit to where it's like, this is nice and comfortable now. Or so I think anyway. So now that we've done that, we have to, we also need grey concrete and black stained glass paint. We want to make kind of like a customer waiting area, so this is made using grey concrete, and we basically just want to have a row of grey concrete that is it starts here on the left, and it just allows us to kind of like walk in front of the counter and around it. It's just like a glass barrier. We also want to have a couple of smooth quartz stairs just on the counter space here. Those look like cash registers or tills. We then want to place a couple of sets of seats along the back here, so basically in between the door and the window, double seat, leave a gap, or actually place purple concrete and then place a double row of smooth quartz stairs. We're going to place end rods in front of the quartz stairs like this, and we're going to place a purple carpet on top. You can even have, I don't know whether I don't think I'm going to add any purple carpet anywhere for now, but I was considering adding a little square of it. It works out to be like here. I was thinking about adding a little square because this table here, we want to have an opposite set of smooth quartz stairs here, and then along this back wall, if you leave a gap of 1 from the wall and place end rod in a little square, because this table here, we want to have an opposite set of smooth quartz stairs here, and then along this back wall, if you leave a gap of 1 from the wall and place end rods every other block, then this is going to be a seating area, and we can just place some purple carpet on top as well. So it's got one of those annoying raised like bar seating areas, if that makes sense, if you know what I'm talking about. And now that we have done that, I mean, I guess that we can also place polished blackstone slabs along the top of the door here, just along the inside. But we're rapidly reaching the point where we could really just benefit from just grabbing all of the remaining materials, Even if there are a couple of doubles there, but there probably will be some doubles. And unless we use it now, because it will just make it easier for the item list actually. So we're also going to grab paintings, and we're also going to grab spruce planks, and we're just going to decorate the area with paintings a little bit. So like above this bar area, for instance, like you can have either a double painting, like. Or like in between these two seating areas, like you can have a I guess that you'd call it a collage. Like I like a collage of the 1x1s. I think that it just looks nice, sort of, like this. And it just kind of like brightens the place up a little bit. Like we don't have lanterns, never mind. But would this look silly? Would it look silly to place, say, like end rods, like where we have the window, and then like a shelf of black stone slab? I don't know if that looks silly or not. Like, I mean, I wonder if we could even do it like to the door area here. It probably look a little bit weird because, I mean, no, well, so like this, it looks a little bit weird because there's a gap. But I sort of like that. It almost looks like some sort of fancy lighting or something. I'm quite happy with that. That's okay. And like I said, really we should probably just grab all of the materials that we need instead of struggling. So I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff. We might need some more of it again, but let's grab everything that we ultimately do need, and then we can come back with the stuff. I figured it out. So here are all of the materials that we are going to be using to finish off the build, please do make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. So, we're going to start off with some slab, flower pots, polished stairs, cauldrons, oak trapdoor, item frames, green sand ferns, and detector rails. Across this back wall here, we already have the seats for it. I just want to add a, kind of like I said, it's almost like a breakfast bar sort of style, sort of like raised seating area. And we can just place some pots over here as well to look like, like drinks. We can even add some item frames to look like food if we like. To the right here, I just want to have some bins because recycling is important. And we're going to place a couple of cauldrons just here with polished andesite stairs just to the left and right of the cauldrons, just like this. And just to make it look a little bit more like a kind of like that's what this is. We're going to place like a flower pot here, like an item frame.
Hi, buddy.
Oak trapdoors kind of like flipped up and down, just like this. Then we are going to work our way into here, and we are going to place a couple of brewing stands just on the side, and we can have like a couple of flower pots strewn about as well. In the corner here, we are going to have a couple of furnaces, one with a detect rail on it, and both of them want to have polished andesite stairs just above them. We are going to also now grab, I don't know if I'm going to need some more utensils, one with a detect rail on it, and both of them want to have polished andesite stairs. We are going to also now grab, I don't know if I'm going to need some more, like, flower pots. So I'm going to grab the flower pots, chest, where to pressure plate, flowers. Lantern, we need item frames for signs, and we can have like maybe like a chest or two back here just to pressure plate, flowers, lantern, we'll need item frames and signs, and we can have like maybe like a chest or two back here just to kind of like add to the flavour of the place. Item frames next to the tills, a lantern, maybe even like a flower pot with a flower in it, just to kind of like make it a little bit nice back here. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So this is like the order board. So basically, this is just going to have item frames on it with like sides. So basically, this is like where you would be ordering from. Like, can I have number 2, number 3, 4, 5? You know, whatever it is. I guess if it's me, I kind of have a 1 through. How many numbers are there? I guess that'd probably be my order. But you know, something like this. We can put this on sides here. There we go, perfect. And it doesn't quite work out, but if you wanted to, you could use, say, paintings. I know I revamped the paintings. You can have. Oh, it's done. Hang on. There we go. And then you could have these signs here. So, like, you can supplement the item frames with the paintings, and it just adds a little bit of colour to it. And I just think it looks a little bit better like this. Something that I did forget, but semi-important, is the lighting. Like, if you're happy with it being like this bright in here, and we do have a decent amount of light, like it's not bad, then that's okay. But you may find that you would like there to, like, sea lanterns underneath, like this part, like you can hide them, like underneath this, like, purple concrete area here, like that provides a lot of light. And if you wanted to, I mean, obviously, like, it goes without saying, like, lanterns can be used anywhere. If you do want to, although it's tricky because it's tricky to add light here without a light. And if you wanted to, I mean, obviously, like, it goes without saying, like, lanterns can be used anywhere. If you do want to, although it's tricky because it's tricky to add light here without it looking weird, because there's not really a good place for it that matches up with parts of the build. But like, you're more than welcome to add light to the top of the ceiling using sea lanterns. So all of these, I'll show you how to fill these in, although it should be fairly obvious a little bit later on. But I just want to head outside now, and I want to make kind of like the order box, I don't know how to call it, like the speaker box, which is a stone wall and a note block. And we're also going to add kind of like, again, just like a little order board. I mean, there's a few different ways of doing it, but basically, like, I want to add the speaker box here along the back, so like where this window ends, with a note block on top. Just looks like a nice simple speaker, easy peasy. And then here is where I want the orders to be, so basically inside these sea lanterns. And how does this work out? So basically, just like, let's put item frames here and here, and maybe just some, like, or if we shift the item frames 1 row across like this, yes, or you could even put it high. So something that I hadn't considered until just now. Okay, let's put that here. is that we could, if we wanted to, put the item frames like this. I can't believe I've never considered this once in my life. And then we can have like the birch signs here. Although, well, birch doesn't contrast very well at all, does it? But I mean, you could grab another sign like spruce, or we've used a little bit dark oak wood, so it wouldn't look amiss in this. But something like this would look perfectly fine if we take off these sea lanterns here and here. As a matter of fact, it's 2 rows away here on the right, and it's only 1 row away from this window. So you could even drop this down another row, and it'd actually look all right. And basically, the point is to fill this in with, you know, whatever you think would make sense. So like any cooked meat would look good in the item frames. It would make sense, you know. Any vegetables would probably also make sense too. It would look better as well, so like if we would make sense, you know. Any vegetables would probably also make sense too. It would look better as well. So like if we say come into the inside now, so let's say we put like some meats in these top ones, and I know that we've got another side here too, haven't we? So there we go. So if you put some meats in, and then if you use, I think that dye is good for these sorts of things, because it sort of looks like, I think we'll brown. the dyes sort of look like something, you know, some sort of salad option or salsa or sauces. So it's I don't know, it just makes it look a little bit better. And honestly, like once you've done that, we've kind of like hit the end of this tutorial. All we've got to do is take a good look at it and clean up. So this is what your modern Taco Bell should look like once it has been 100% fully completed.
We have finished a modern Taco Bell. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me building a modern Taco Bell. If you did guys enjoy this video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a lovely day guys, peace out, and see you guys tomorrow.